Hello, Lynn. Good evening.
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Very good, Lynn. Okay. Did you just get up?
Now I'm eating.
Ah, you just had dinner. Okay, because your eyes look like you just got up. But anyway, Lynn, what's the weather in your place right now? What is the weather in your place right now?
The weather is hot, very hot.
Oh, that's really nice. Here in my place, it has been raining and I love it. Rainy season is better than summer. I don't
Mm.
like when it's hot. What about you? What do you like best? Rainy season or sunny weather?
I don't like sunny weather, and I don't like rainy season.
What do you like best?
I like I like winter, no rain.
Very good. Okay, have you ever experienced winter season?
Uh, in winter season, I have clothes. I like clothes.
Great. Okay. So anyway, Lynn, today we are now in level 4 because you are done with level 3 of the material. Okay. Now I want you to look at the picture. What can you see in the picture, Lynn?
I see advice and two people talk about your advice or outfit.
That is right. Very good. So by just looking at the picture, can you guess the topic for tonight?
Uh, Tonight,
Yeah, what is the lesson for tonight?
when Tammy advised Molly, she gave her advice.
Yes. Okay, so tonight it's all about advice versus advice. What's the difference? Okay, here, when we say advice, it is a noun. Okay, for example, she is giving her an advice to have a review before taking an exam. Okay, so that is a noun. But in here, we have advised, which is a verb. A verb is an action word. For example, okay, my advice to you is to cut your hair because you look better with a short hair. So that is giving advice. It's an action word. Okay. So that is the only difference with advice and advice. Just like in here, Tommy, I need your advice on my outfit. That means this woman is seeking for an advice from this woman. And the woman advised her to change it immediately. Okay. So here, when Tommy advised Molly, okay, advice is an action word. That is a verb. She gave her advice as the noun. Is that clear, Lynn?
Yes,
Very good. Now I want you to make a sentence using advice as a noun.
uh, advice is the noun.
Mhm.
Um, advice. advice on my outfit.
Ah, okay. Thank you for that one. Okay, let me give you more example. I don't know what to do. Can you give me an advice? Okay, that is an advice as a noun. For example, Teacher AM, I don't know how to do my math homework. Can you advise me something on how
Um,
I can finish this one? It's like um here. It is used as a noun. And this one is the verb. Do you know noun and verb?
a verb.
A verb is an action word.
Uh,
Yes. Okay. And in here, I can tell you, oh, you know what, Lynn? My advice to you is just to do your homework one step at a time. Okay. So that you won't stress about it. So that is an action, okay, of me saying that one to you. So that is advising you to to do it one step at a time. Okay. So now, Lynn, Unit 1. This is the Unit 1 of Level 4. It's all about advice, which is a noun. Okay, so same thing, it has three parts, but it already have listening part, no vocabulary anymore. So we just have listening, reading vocabs. We have reading, we have vocabs, pronunciation, and discussion. Okay, are you ready to listen?
yes.
Okay, so for this time, you are allowed to listen twice or three times maximum. Okay, all I have to do is to ask you what are the words that you can hear from the audio. So this will also help you improve your listening skill in English. Here it is, Lean.
InAminute.com. Advice. I don't know what I would do without my friends' advice. They've all given me so much good advice over the years. It's sometimes very difficult to make decisions on your own. Listening to advice can be great for helping you make the right decision. The greatest piece of advice I've received was from my father. He told me I can do anything in life if I try hard. He was right. I am now passing on his advice to my own children. Right now, I need some advice on money. My financial advisors are telling me to be very careful. That's very sound advice. I would advise anyone to do the same. Someone asked me the other day about the worst piece of advice I've ever had. I couldn't answer. I don't think I've had any really bad advice.
All right. So did you listen well or do you want to listen one more time?
Yes.
Listen one more time.
Yes. Listen one more
Okay,
time.
here it is, Lean.
ListenAminute.com. Advice. I don't know what I would do without my friends' advice. They've all given me so much good advice over the years. It's sometimes very difficult to make decisions on your own. Listening to advice can be great for helping you make the right decision. The greatest piece of advice I've received was from my father. He told me I can do anything in life if I try hard. He was right. I am now passing on his advice to my own children. Right now, I need some advice on money. My financial advisors are telling me to be very careful. That's very sound advice. I would advise anyone to do the same. Someone asked me the other day about the worst piece of advice I've ever had. I couldn't answer. I don't think I've had any really bad advice.
All right. Okay. So, were you able to take down notes some of the words that you've heard?
No.
Ah, that's all right. But did you understand what was the audio all about?
Louder. Teacher say
Did
like that.
you understand what was the audio all about?
Um,
Yes or no?
uh, I I listen. I think it's yes.
Very good. So what was it all about, Lynn?
The weather,
Oh,
the
I see.
the
Okay.
weather, the weather. I listen is a rain season.
Okay. Um, if okay, look at this one. If I will play this one, can you hear that?
listenaminute.com.
Can you hear
Advice.
this one?
I
Yes
don't
or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will let you listen for the very last time. It's not about the weather. Okay, listen carefully and try to understand what it is all about. So here it is, Lynn.
know what I would do without my friends' advice. They've all given me so much good advice over the years. It's sometimes very difficult to make decisions on your own. Listening to advice can be great for helping you make the right decision. The greatest piece of advice I've received was from my father. He told me I can do anything in life if I try hard. He was right. I am now passing on his advice to my own children. Right now, I need some advice on money. My financial advisors are telling me to be very careful. That's very sound advice. I would advise anyone to do the same. Someone asked me the other day about the worst piece of advice I've ever had. I couldn't answer. I don't think I've had any really bad advice.
All right. So what was it all about, Lynn?
Uh, about his advice.
Very good. It was all about advice. Okay, so what was the man talking about advice?
It's difficult make a season,
Oh,
and people, people work in hard.
uh-huh. Yes. So you were able to hear the word difficult, right? What other word have you heard?
Uh, because it's hard and what I don't know it.
And that's all right, Lynn, because this is just the beginning of the lesson. Okay. So in here, let's look at the text from that one. I will let you listen to this one more time and read silently together with the audio. So it's the same thing to what you've heard from the previous page. Here it is, Lynn.
listenaminute.com. Advice. I don't know what I would do without my friends' advice. They've all given me so much good advice over the years. It's sometimes very difficult to make decisions on your own. Listening to advice can be great for helping you make the right decision. The greatest piece of advice I've received was from my father. He told me I can do anything in life if I try hard. He was right. I am now passing on his advice to my own children. Right now, I need some advice on money. My financial advisors are telling me to be very careful. That's very sound advice. I would advise anyone to do the same. Someone asked me the other day about the worst piece of advice I've ever had. I couldn't answer. I don't think I've had any really bad advice.
All right. So that was all the audio all about. Now, this time, Lynn, I want you to read the passage aloud.
Yes, I don't know what I would do without my friend's advice. They've all give me so much good advice. Over the years, it is sometimes very difficult to make decisions on your own. Listening to advice can be great for helping you make the right decision. The greatest piece of advice I received was from my father. He told me I can do anything in life if I try hard. He was right. I am now passing on his advice to my own children. Right now, I need some advice on money. My financial advisors are telling me to be very careful. That is very sound advice. I would advise anyone to do the same. Someone asked me the other day about the worst piece of advice I've ever had. I couldn't answer. I don't think had I had any really bad advice.
Very good. Thank you so much for reading this one, Lynn. Okay, you are a great reader. However, there are only two words that you mispronounce. So let's take a look at them one by one. I want you to listen and repeat after me. Say financial advisors.
Financial advisors.
Very good. Piece of advice.
Piece of advice.
Very good. Okay, so now, Lynn, let's look at the expressions one by one. So we have here make decisions on your own. So this means that you can decide for your own good. Okay, and you can make decisions on your own whether to go to school or not to go to school because you have a stomach ache like that. Okay, or you can also say, "Oh, I cannot make a decision on my own because I have to depend on my mom." Okay, so that means you cannot plan what's best for you, or you cannot plan what you want to do because the decision will be made by your mom, like that. Okay, now I'm gonna ask you, do you make decisions on your own, Lynn?
This
Yes.
uh uh I have a decision on my own is I decision my mother don't louder with me.
One more time.
This hold on.
Louder, like that.
Uh I decisions with my go to school and my mother, my father don't help me.
I see. I understand that one, Lynn. Okay, so your decision was to go to school, but your parents do not help you. Is that clear?
Yes. Yes.
Very good. Okay, I understand. So that means you are making a decision on your own without your parents. Very good. Okay, now here, let's make a sentence using each of the phrases here. Okay, so my sentence is I can make decisions on my own because I am a grown up. And I don't depend to my parents anymore. Okay, so what is your sentence, Lynn?
I make decisions. I make decisions on my own.
All right, thank you for that one. Or you can say, I like to make decisions on my own.
Uh, I like to make decisions on my own.
Very good. Yeah, it's so good to make our own decisions, right? But, okay, not all the time that we can decide the right thing to do. So we have to listen to other people's advices. So listening to somebody's advice can open your mind that is already closed, because sometimes, okay, we don't listen to other people anymore, and we are close to everything that might be good for our us, that might be good for ourselves. Okay, so listening to advice can help us so that we will know what are the advantages and disadvantages if we do a certain thing in the future. Okay, so let's make a sentence. We have here, we have to listen. No, not that one. Okay, my sentence is, listening to advice can sometimes
Mm,
help us in a difficult situation. What's your sentence?
listening to advice. Uh, listen, listening to advice because it will help you get better.
That is right. Okay. And next we have here, make the right decision. So when we make the right decision, we are saying yes to this one because we think this is the best for us. And we think that this is the right option to make. Okay, for example, I couldn't make the right decision because I was so confused on what to do. So what is your sentence, Lynn?
Uh, make 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 the right decision because it will help make make you carefully and and more confident if we talk about with people, friends.
Yes, and it will make you proud too at the end if you ever make the right decision. Very good, Lynn. Okay, and we have here, make the wrong decision. Okay, this means that you regret in choosing one thing over another thing. Okay, you will know if you made the wrong decision because you're not happy with the results. Okay, example, I am so sad because I made the wrong decision for my
Um,
life. Okay,
make
now
the
what's your
wrong
sentence?
this make the wrong decision if make the wrong decision will have.
One more
Make the
time.
wrong decision. Make the wrong decision will harm you.
That's right. Making the wrong decision will harm you. Okay.
Yeah.
Next, we have here passing on his advice to my own children. So, this is when, for example, my dad would give me an advice in life, and I would also tell it to my future kids one day. Okay. Just like your mom. Okay. Your mom was given an advice by his father. Okay. And she would tell you this advice. So this is like passing on her advice to her own children. Okay. Or, okay, sharing the advice to your own kids. Like that. So, for example, my dad is passing on his advice to all my siblings. Okay.
Uh,
And we all pass this advice to everyone that we encounter. So, what is your sentence?
my teacher and my present usually pass on his pass his pass advice to mine to everyone and me.
Yeah, to anyone, including me,
Yeah.
like that. Okay, great. Now we have here, I am now passing on his advice to my own children. So, this is when you are doing, okay, what you have been told. For example, you can say, oh, you know what? Teacher AM told me that if you learn English consistently, you will improve more and you will become a fluent speaker in English. Okay. And you are also telling it to your classmates. So you are passing on the advice to your classmates or to the other people. It's not necessary that we're going to pass it to our own children, because if you still don't have a children, or if you still don't have a child, then we can pass it on to other people instead. Okay. Now, next we have here give advice to somebody. This is when you're going to suggest or recommend something to somebody. You're going to tell them what to do, how to do it, what are the things that they shouldn't do. That is giving advice to somebody. Okay, for example, I don't usually give advice to somebody because I couldn't even do it on my own. So it's kind of hard for me to give advice if I couldn't do it on my own. So what is your sentence, Lynn?
Uh, I give advice to somebody. I give advice to somebody because give advice is uh I give advice to somebody because give advice will be beneficial to society.
One more time.
Give advice will be good for everyone and yes, good at everyone.
Very good, Lynn. I know what you mean, Lynn. Okay, so here, Lynn, you can say giving advice to somebody is beneficial. Beneficial to anyone. To everyone, not anyone. To everyone. Okay, can you please read?
I don't see.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here
Yes,
it is.
giving advice to somebody is beneficial to everyone.
Very good. Okay, I want you to say beneficial.
Beneficial.
Very good. Beneficial means they can benefit from it and it can help them positively. Okay. So, Lean, it's already time, Lean. So we will just end here. Thank you so much for joining our class. So in here, okay, I would understand if you couldn't if you are having difficulty with the listening part. Okay, because this is just unit 1. But don't worry. Same thing with level 3. Okay, you were also having difficulty from unit 1 to 5, but when you reach unit 20, I can see an improvement. So, same thing with this level 4. Okay, you are facing difficulty with the listening part, but once you finish level 4, there would be an improvement. I guarantee you that. Okay, so anyway, have a good night. Do you have any
Yeah.
question?
No, I don't have any question.
Very good. Okay, so and see you next week. Bye bye, Lean.
Yes. Goodbye, teacher. Have a good night.
Bye, you
Goodbye.
too.